Hello everyone, this is Muntasir from theturtlehub.com. I believe this video will be very helpful for you, especially if you have a turtle pond. Because in today's video, we will talk about how to prepare your turtle pond for the winter. Okay, now I have made several videos on winter turtle care. I have talked a lot about hibernation, etc. So I guess you know about hibernation. I'm not going to, talk much about hibernation in today's video. But it is actually important to understand what we need to do for turtles in winter, whether it is outside or whether it is inside. Okay. Now, if you have a turtle pond in outside, there are just two options for you. Number one is if the temperature in your area drops below 50 degrees Fahrenheit, which is too cold, then the turtle might get into hibernation. Okay. So you can either let the turtle go into hibernation, or you can take out the turtle from the pond and keep it in an inside habitat, indoor habitat, like an indoor turtle pond or indoor turtle aquarium setup. Okay. So there are two options for you. Either you let the turtle hibernate or you don't. The first option is much better, because letting a captive turtle hibernate is not necessarily a good idea. Okay, so many wrong things can happen, and the turtle might die during the process, because these are not wild turtles. They are not used to hibernating. That's why it is preferred to keep the turtle in an indoor setup, especially if you live in an area where the temperature gets too cold, preferably or below 50 degrees Fahrenheit. In that case, the turtles will go into hibernation. Okay, so let's say you choose option number one. You will take out the turtle from the outdoor pond and you will set up an indoor enclosure for the turtle. So there are also two options for you. You can either set up an aquarium like this one, or you can set up an indoor turtle pond. If you have the I would say space, then I would encourage you to go for an indoor turtle pond. Now don't get too much tensed here, because you'll not need to build a pond like by frames and make one. Okay, I don't know how to do those things, so I will not teach you how to make a pond, indoor pond. If you want, you can certainly can, but there are easier ways, like you can buy a surface mount pond. So these are like large plastic tube, I would not say tubes, large plastic tubs actually, and you can find them in Amazon or home improvement stores. You can buy those large tubs and set up a turtle enclosure in those tubs. Okay, so what will you need? You will need water, obviously. You will need a basking place, so you can buy a basking place that are used for ponds. You will find those on Amazon. You will need a powerful filtration system, so I would recommend a canister filter. Also, you will need heat lamp. Heat lamp is very necessary to keep the basking place warm. You will need a UVB lamp. UVB lamp is crucial for turtles and reptiles, because UVB ray helps turtles and other reptiles to synthesize vitamin D3. Without an UVB ray, your turtles can suffer from what's the disease called? Metabolic bone disorder or something like that. I think metabolic bone density, something like that. So it's a bone related disease, or there can be deformation on the shell of the turtle. So UVB ray is very important. You will also need a heater, because as you are keeping the turtle indoor, the climate will be very winter, very cold. So you will need a heater. The temperature needs to be preferably between 75 to 85 degrees Fahrenheit. I would say nearer 80 will be the ideal spot. The water temperature, that is, and the basking place's temperature needs to be about 10 degrees higher than the water temperature. So if the water temperature is 80 degrees Fahrenheit, then the basking place's temperature needs to be right around 90 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay, so these are more or less the things you will need to set up an indoor turtle habitat. You might use substrate, but I would say there is no need, because it will just make cleaning much more difficult. So there is no absolute need for substrate. and that's it. And feed your turtle regularly and your turtle will be happy and it will pass the winter, and when it is warm again, the summer comes, you can shift your turtle back to the outdoor pond. Similarly, if you want to build an aquarium turtle setup like this one, you will need a very large aquarium for a turtle, preferably a 50 or 75 gallon tank depending on the species. If it's a species that gets very large, like 12 to 13 inches long, then you might need a 100-gallon tank. So that can get quite expensive. But if you buy a second-hand or third-hand aquarium, you can browse through Facebook Marketplace for that. So you can get that cheap from Facebook Marketplace. So get that aquarium and just set up the aquarium with all the supplies that I have just mentioned. The turtle will need all of those things, whether it is an aquarium or an indoor turtle pond. Okay, so that's the indoor setup route. Okay, now if you want to let your turtle hibernate on the outdoor pond, or if you don't have any means to support a indoor enclosure for the turtle, then there are some things you can do to keep the turtle safe when it is hibernating. Okay, so make sure the pond is at least 18 inches deep. Why? Because when winter hits hard, the surface of the pond will start freezing. However, deep beneath the pond, the water will remain unfrozen. Okay, the water will remain, liquid. So the turtle will have no problem hibernating. That's why the pond needs to be at least 18 inches depth. Preferably, the more the better, I would say. Also, make sure there are a good inches of substrate, I would say mosh pit, caves-like structure in below the pond, because turtles can get inside those structures, hide and hibernate safely and it can keep themselves safe, protected from other predators. Also, you must install a fountain or some kind of air bubbler at a corner of the pond, because the water circulation near that air bubbler or fountain will force I would say it will actually not let freezing happen nearer that area. The water will remain cold nearer that area, nearer the fountain or the air bubbler, and it will stay relatively warmer in that corner. So your turtle can find a relatively warmer spot, and if the whole of the pond gets frozen, there will be a corner where there is liquid water, so the turtle can hibernate safely near that area. Also, you need to install a chicken wire fence around the pond so that no other predators can harm the turtle or do any kind of shitty business. Okay, so that's how you can actually prepare your turtle pond for the winter if you want to let your turtle hibernate, or you have no other means to set up an indoor enclosure for the turtle. So that's it, guys. I hope this video will help you out. Let me know if you have any other questions in the comment box below. I'll try to answer them. So that's it for today. Take care. Bye.